This is Tyler Parker, Pin Drop Discussions, The Sheep's Pen. I actually forgot the name of this podcast. I think it's called The Sheep's Pen. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Anyway, this is the sports version of Pin Drop Discussion, or the sports extension. I'm just really excited to talk about this topic today. I'm going to talk about basketball. I'm going to be talking about just some advice for some basketball players, and I'm going to talk about the NBA and what I've seen so far in the first, I think I've seen 3 games. I saw the Lakers, Nuggets, Warriors, and Suns, and then I caught pieces of the Sixers and the Bucks, which was really amazing. Hopefully I can catch some games tonight. My HBO Max joint was going out, so I was like, bro, I just wanted to catch this game, or catch both games, but anyway, it ended up working out because I needed to go and rest and do some other stuff and get ready for the next day. So, real quick, I know I owe two podcasts on, or I could just do it in one, about the size principle, and there was a second one. I can't remember what it was, but I'm going to do that shortly. So, let me talk about the Sixers last night. I think James Harden is cooked. I think his style of play is cooked. I don't think that it works. I don't think that there are many GMs that would just go all out for somebody that wants to have that much offense run through them and be that inefficient or as far as just putting up shots. He is I forgot the badge that it was in 2K back when I played. It was what's it called? It's not mass volume shooter. There it is. James Harden is a volume shooter. In order to get those numbers that he has to take 37 shots. And the one time that I did score 48 points in it's the Lifetime Fitness Recreational League, I think I took 37 shots. So I understand volume shooting. Sometimes you got to warm up, and once you get going, I know I shot I think I had more than that because they didn't count some of the points, but that was just what was on record. So being a volume shooter, I get it. Sometimes it takes time and consistency. I get it. He's a high-level player. I think his basketball IQ for getting to his spots, for getting to, his rhythm is just top tier. I think he is an elite player. I think that his off-the-court attitude, his off-the-court shenanigans, and just the fact that basketball literally, you can't play that way anymore. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm about to get on the Victor Wembanyama train. I was slowly getting there, but I'm gonna just say anybody with that much talent that really wants to hoop is going to expose the league. I think Paul George and Patrick Beverly talked about it, and it was bro, it's only 50% of the league that really wants to hoop or something like that. And you can kind of tell. And now it's to the point. I feel bad for players like Isaiah Thomas and low-key Dwight Howard and low-key James Harden, because it's they've been playing a style of play for so long that they would literally have to change their game completely in order to adapt to the new system. There is no way as a GM I would pay a player that's 5'6" to come in there and give that player to a coach to say, all right, we're going to play small ball, run this 5'6" point guard at the point, or the 2 guard, and trying to get that switch off of a screen at the top of the key. Right, bro. If you have a 7'5" dude and a 5'6" dude, what do you think is gonna happen? He's already a mismatch for most players, and he actually works at his game. So it's I don't know. I think we're a little bit too far gone, because now with the the European players, these bigs are stretching the floor because that's what they've been pushing for, and low key they're stretching the floor and they're getting more physical. So it's just if you turning the ball over a lot, if you're taking up a lot of time on offense, it really just does not it does not bode well, because you have players like Jokic who is extremely efficient, and it's just so like it is so aggravating to watch Jokic play. I'm gonna be honest, because it's just like, dang, bro, the game can't be that easy. Like, he makes the game look that easy, and I realize it's because his work ethic is that hard. Like, it's not easy because it's just like, oh, the ball's just coming to him. Like, oh, like, no, he was very active offensively in that Lakers game, and they came out 4 for 4 until D'Angelo Russell started like putting up shots, and then he started missing. I'm like really rooting for Russell to do well. I really want him to do well, but bro, Lakers, they came out ready. Bron was like going downhill and like just taking players off the dribble, and I'm talking like you're in year 21, taking year 5 players off the dribbles. Like, I am here for it. That means, bruh. Anyway, just a Lakers fan, just getting a little too hyped. Because I have hope for them this season. I see a 3, 4, 5, 6 seed, like if they stay healthy. Just with, I feel like, I mean, AD played really well in the first half, just the inconsistency in the second half. And it's not just because he was inconsistent. It's just I don't think he expected Jokic to be that physical. Like, Jokic gets a lot of like no calls for his physicality, like offense, defense. Like, he was bumping players all night. He could have fouled out. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you would really go back and look at that game, it's just like, bro, he really could have fouled out. Like, he could have fouled out and had 3 technicals. Like, I mean, but he just plays so smart, so calm, so under pressure. It's like you just don't see it if you're not looking for it. And like, there was a couple of shoves in the back he had that were just like real quick, but I mean, it's like he knows how to play, because if you extend your forearm to a certain, like, if you extend it far enough, they'll call it because they'll see it. But in game situations, you're not looking for like a little 35-degree angle, like a boop. Like, you're not looking for that, but he's letting you know he's there, and he's not small. So it's just one of those like small details that I'm starting to appreciate about Jokic and Murray and really that Nuggets team, because like KCP was going off and they just were like they were out there balling. So good game. Not disappointing in the Lakers at all, especially with the roster that they have and with Darvin Ham being a coach. Like, I think it's headed in a good direction. Like I said, I mean, a 6 seed would be cool. It would be ideal. Like, anything lower than that, I would say would be like a failed expectation. But also, if nobody gets hurt, like, that would be the lowest I would see them as a 6 seed. And I would say the highest would probably be a 3 seed. Just because, I mean, my feelings have been hurt the last, like, 4 years. And I'm like, bro, the Lakers going to be a 1 seed. It's going to be Lakers in Brooklyn. On paper, Lakers got AD, Russ, and Bron, Patrick Beverly. Like, I'm not, like, don't go off of the paper. Like, I just can't. Like, don't go off the paper. Don't go off the 2K ratings. Don't go off the ESPN rating. That top 100 list was crazy. I don't know how they measure that at all. So I'm definitely there with the players and definitely there with like everybody that has been saying like that rating list seems kind of bogus. And I hope GMs are not like making decisions based off of popularity, but it is what it is. I know that Mark Cuban was talking to Patrick Beverly, I believe, on his podcast, and he was talking about basically players off the court influence and just like their behavior. He was like, bro, I'm not paying nobody to basically come in here and smoke and influence the younger players, and then their career goes downhill because now you're just tanking the team and you're tanking the culture. And that got me thinking. I'm like, yo, that one, he's a businessman. He's smart. Because if you allow somebody in your environment that now creates more of a toxic environment for everybody else, it makes it hard. It makes it really hard to go in the direction that you want to go in. And it's just, he was like, bro, everybody smokes. Everybody does not smoke. Mark Cuban? Like, I mean, I think it's everybody in the league that you've seen and have been around is is definitely a fan of pleasure and smoking and that nature. And yeah, I'm not gonna get into that because the health benefit or the health risks to smoking anything are really not. They don't outweigh the risks. So unless you have glaucoma or something like that, and where it's actually medicinal, and people is like, oh, I take medicine that it's forget it. People that say weed is like medicine is like saying, oh, I'm smoking or I'm taking Adderall just because I need the boost for my grades. Like, yes, it's a medicine. It could be prescribed. It does have benefits. However, if you're using it for something that is not beneficial, it does not mean that it's going to benefit you. It's going to wear you down over time because that's what it does. It's going to slow you down. And then guess what? Just like any medicine, if you take it enough, it loses its potency. So now you got to go stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And guess what happens? It ends up being a black hole because you can't, you just can't. So you don't want a black hole mentality on your team, which brings me back to James Harden. He has now gotten to a place where, like, he's like, oh, the GM's a liar, and I'll never play for an organization that is, bro, I don't know if there's any organization that really wants it, bro. Tyrese Maxey came out there and had 8 assists and no turnovers. He looks more efficient than James Harden in a system that wants to run through the center that they have paid a max contract to. Like, and Joel Embiid did not look like, he didn't look like himself. And I will say, I feel like that's a part of the James Harden effect. Like, I feel like I've been that, and especially at work, and I feel like I've been that in other places in life. So that's why I'm kind of coming down so hard, because I'm just like, dang, that's like a version of me in my situation. So, I'm really trying to correct myself as I'm speaking about it, and just really like laying into myself. I'm not so much of James Harden, because one, he's getting paid regardless. He's got deals with Adidas, so I have legitimately nothing to say about his career. Like, he is an all-time great scorer. I think he could have been a better scorer. I think he definitely changed the game. He definitely is one of the players that lives at the free throw line, and that's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, that is actually a great thing, because one, they're free throws for a reason. They're free. Damian Lillard just won the game last night at the free throw line. I see so many players like missing free throws, and it's just like, bro, you realize like that is an uncontested shot. Like, if you think about it like that, it's an uncontested shot, and you can't jump, but you literally have the opportunity to put points on the board because you were fouled. Like, if you are at the end of your career and you looked at the missed free throws versus the made free throws, and you say, you know what, as much time as I spent on trying to make sure my 3-point percentage was above 35%, I didn't take time to account that my free throw percentage was at 45 or 65, and you end up missing possibly on like 100, 200 points. Like, could have made a difference. It could have made you an all-star, literally off small details. So, because literally, it's like people love to see that points per game number. You know what I'm saying? Like, they love that. They'd be like, oh, you score 50? People don't necessarily go too far into the 8 for 37 and 11 for 11 at the free throw line if you went 11 for 11. That's how James Harden has made his money, at the free throw line, which is cool. And I think it's great. Like, all the step backs and the side steps it's amazing. Good for the basketball community. I think that he probably lives to regret that, saying that Giannis didn't have skills, and then Giannis came out and won a championship. Now you got Damian Lillard, and it almost looks like he might be like, Houston Rockets was like, bro, we're not taking that attitude back in the locker room. Not with Jalen Green, not with the young boys that they had. They just got rid of Kevin Porter Jr. So, I mean, yeah, I don't really see that fitting in the system because I mean they'll probably like if Harden showed up in the fat Harden suit, then he's really just like tanking his own status because he has not really performed well in the playoffs to like merit a max contract or a demand that the offense run through him. It's like, oh, the offense is gonna run through you unless you want to be like a six man off the bench in the playoffs. I would do that, but I wouldn't pay a max salary for that. Just saying. But I do hope that he turns it around. I hope that he turns his game around, and I hope that he does show up in the playoffs. Like, he's one of the players I would love to see win a championship. Sure, I want to see everybody win, to be honest. I don't even have a favorite. I love the Lakers, but I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody win a championship at some point. Like, that would be pretty dope, but I think the best players in the league that put forth the most effort should win. So if it's Jokic, hey, man, I was going for the Heat last. Like, I wanted Jimmy Buckets to win so bad. I was like, bro, we temporary Heat fans. It wasn't him. It was not Jimmy. It wasn't Eric Spoelstra. It wasn't the team. It was just the Nuggets played that well. Like, they just played so professionally. It's just they got outplayed. Like, you can't say like, oh, the rest was they just got outplayed. Like, Tyler Herro was out. Who else was there? Victor Oladipo was out. So, I mean, those two scores would have made a major difference. And I mean, like, in the game. However, even if they were there, I'm going to say I still feel like the Nuggets would have won. I still feel that way. And it hurts to say that, but, like, looking at how they play, looking at the coach, looking at Mike Malone, like, nah, I don't know. And here's why. So this is the last point I'm going to bring up for basketball players, for athletes. First tip that I'm ever, first and maybe last. If I was a high school player, like, I know my son is coming up, and he's getting ready to be like, one of my sons is coming up and they're about to be in high school soon. So this is an advice I would give to my son. First, I would say go to a private school to start. Start your career as a high school player in private school if you can. Year later, or year two later, after your, I would say 8th grade, 7th to 8th grade, if you play, varsity level, try to do like the 7th Wood stuff, like start to build that reputation, transfer over to public school. Transfer over to public school, played, 2 years, and then in the summer of your junior year, I would play AAU, and I wouldn't play AAU after that. After that, go to a mid-level college with all of the, all the accolades, all the background, and then after you go to a mid-level college, shoot, like, either JUCO, mid-level, like, go to JUCOs in mid-level, red shirt, just work it that way, like, work a 2 to 4 or 5 year resume in there, right? No, no serious basketball on the side, no summer league. Like, if you do a summer league, I would do a summer league at, like, again, junior, senior year before you graduate. So that way you have more on your highlight tape, but you haven't put as much wear and tear on your knees. You haven't put as much wear and tear in your game. So it's like you still have, like, room to grow, and everybody hasn't seen everything. And then after that, aim to go to a mid-level market basketball team as a number 1 pick, or number 3, or number 5, 10, whatever, mid-level market, to a small market to start. Reason why: everybody that has started in a small market or a mid-level market developed a career that then got them a larger payday when they got to a big level team. big level, big city, LA, Boston, Miami, Clippers are, I mean, it's just because they shared Staples Center for a long time, but I think Clippers are starting to pull away as like a whole entire different franchise. However, I still wouldn't put them in a category of like big market, just because of the perspective. However, that would be a team to go to. Here's why. I call it the Trae Young effect or the Steph Curry effect. Everybody goes into the Garden, lights it up. But the players in the Garden don't necessarily light it up. And it's not because they can't, because they are professional athletes who have made it through all high school, college. Like they've been balling for a minute. So I guarantee you, if you put them in any situation, in any scenario to where they've got a green light, any one of those players could go off and give you 40. Like, I have confidence Julius Randle could give you 40. And, and I mean consistently. Like, if he had the green light all day, all night, and he was playing just, like, with the attitude that he wanted to just, like, go off more. Like, just more. And I think what happens is, in these big cities where you kind of have like a lot of history, the fan base, it becomes like the norm. So it's not as exciting when you got home fans, you know what I'm saying, that's there for the event, they're there for the pictures, they're there for the, social media, they're always there. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like if I go off and give you 35 a night, like 35 one night, and then I give you like 30 next night or like 20, like they can be like, okay, you're not doing it, like you cool. But if you did that in a small market, everybody's like, oh my god, this player is like better than the next Jordan, like they're gonna run off, and because they don't have, like in small markets, the blue collar workers don't have as much to cheer for. Like it's not just an event, and I think that's really where the Kobe Bryant, Anthony Edwards like attitude comes in, where it's like, yo, these people might have been saving up their whole lives to come see me play, you know what I'm saying? So why would I not go out there? And in the big city, it's like, bro, you see the same people like all the time. Like you might even get cool with them. Just like, bro, you always here. Like, who are you? Like, what do you do? Just come to the games. Just come and support. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here. But in a mid-market team, small market team where you might not get the salary that you want, like you start to build a reputation. Think about like Kevin Love. Think about Anthony Davis. Think about Damian Lillard. Like most of the players that came from small market teams started to gain confidence because it's like, yo, I got people that's like really with me. Then they go to these big cities and light it up because now even some of their fans are like, bro, he's just too good not to cheer for. So, now it's like more on top of that. So it just, it gives you that extra drive. But when you have that, when you have the same cheers every single night, or more often than not, it does not have the same value. And it's not because it holds no value. It's just, it means more. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, bro, I got my money, I got the cheers, I got the stuff. Like, what do I need? You kind of lose the hunger. And I think New York being the way that it is and the team that it has been for years, it's kind of like the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the basketball version of the Cowboys. It's like, technically, America's team, but everybody likes to root against the Cowboys. Everybody like to go in their stadium and light it up. Everybody like to, but the Garden is literally like free for all, like legit. Like I don't think that would have happened in the 80s and 90s, but superstars come into the Garden and like, yeah, I feel it. I'm about to drop 70, and I don't know what it is. It's just like, oh, like they get comfortable in somebody else's. It's like it's the Charlie Murphy. That's what's happening in my head. It's like the Charlie Murphy skit where he go in the house and he's jumping on the couch. Yo, couch, I'm not worried about your couch. Like they be in there like, yo, like, we got fans here. Like, we got families. No, bro. I'm going off for 50 with a step back on a three. Iman Sherman called that man light skin. Yes, they like people love coming into the Garden and just going off. So, I mean, I think it's really good for basketball. I think it would be really good for basketball. Like, I think Victor Wembanyama is good for basketball, just because he's got that much talent and he's putting in that much work. I think that smaller players that are trying to like get in the league and older players that are like trying to reinvent themselves should probably like scratch their old, like, don't if you get a workout, don't go into a workout and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna go back to this 2010 like, bro, no, come in there a whole different player. And I'm like, yo, I've never seen anybody like change their game like that. Yes, that is what you want to go for. Like, if I was John Wall, this is what I would do, bro. I would be like, you know what? I know my whole career people been talking about I can't shoot threes. Like, they'll give me the two, and then you light it up from two, quick, off the dribble, give you good court vision. Like, there was a time, literally, when the conversation was John Wall, D Rose, and Russell Westbrook, who was the best point guard in the league. Like, there was a time, like, when he was, like, he could have been MVP. Like, he was in an MVP conversation for, like, 3 years running or something like that. It was, like, he was in the top 5, so I understand, you know, where it's just like, I don't understand from the perspective of being an NBA player not being in the league after having that much, like, hype, because I've never been in the league, but what I would do, seriously, because you're gonna get the looks, you're gonna get the opportunity to be like, it's gonna be like the Colin Kaepernick effect, where if Colin was really developing his game like that, to where it's like he was a whole entirely different player, because the system has changed, the league has changed, like the NFL has changed. I think the positionless football that Miami Dolphins are playing is absolute. Like, it's what people were doing in high school. You know, they're playing multiple positions, going out there, different lineups, different. Like, they were just trying stuff, and it's like, it's working. Creativity is working. So, if I was John, this is what I would do. Have a crazy 3-pointer, like just come in, just lighten it up, just like don't like just whap, step back, whap, oh side step 3, oh whap, hand in my face, 2 defenders, like literally all I would do is have defenders on me for 3. Like, I would have like unnecessary workouts, like, because I seen them in the gym working out. I'm like, yeah, come on, let's go, Raleigh. Like, if you put 10, like, you should have like 12 people around you, just like in the gym guarding you, and just lighten it up from 3. Just unnecessary stuff. Like, yeah, if you put one person on me, it's a wrap. That's my advice, because I'm pretty sure he still got a step. He looked like he got a strength. Like, bro, that's all I would do. 10, 12, 13, like the unnecessary Kobe Bryant 2K commercial, do that. Like, that. Yo, I guarantee you, and within 5 minutes, somebody would be like, you know what? Let me get him. Just because it's like, when you devote that much time to changing the narrative and perspective, to like not showing people like, oh, I'm gonna still come in here and do the same thing. It's like, wait a minute, like, this is a whole different play. Like, are you the Kobe Bryant commercial? Are you the same? What do you say? Are you the same animal and a different beast? Yes. Or the same beast and a different animal, something like that. Like, yeah, I'm still him. I'm still that guy. I can still do what I used to do. However, if you put me in a situation in a pick and roll, a high screen pick and roll, I can hit you with a step back 3 and cash it out. And now you don't know what to do, because you haven't seen this. I didn't put it on the Instagram. I didn't put it on social media where you know what I'm saying, you watched all my workouts to where you know how to guard me, because you've seen the development I'm doing. No. Come in there and be like, 40 feet out. Just saying. That's my thoughts. That's my pin drop. This for athletes, for high schoolers, middle schoolers looking to hoop. If you, I believe that system will work, because you want the notoriety, but you don't want the notoriety behavior. You don't want to be like where Mikey Williams is at right now, because it's like, yo, you done got so popular, so young, then now you facing like 5, 6, 7, 8 charges to where it's like we don't like that was your high school was your career at 16. Like imagine catching a life sentence at 18 years old. Like you haven't lived life. Like it's going like the life sentence at 18 is going to be longer than you've been alive. Because I think it's what 25 to 30 years. There's no way. Like there's legitimately no way I would do anything to put myself in a position at that state, like at that with that skill set, with that talent, with that mindset, like with the basketball IQ. You know what I mean? To be in a position to where now you could lose it all. Like don't risk it in the gym. Like health wise, play smart. You know what I'm saying? Like don't overexert yourself. Like yeah, get the clips, you know what I'm saying? Like the views, the likes, the subscriptions, all that stuff is great. You just don't burn out too quickly because all of this like athletic stuff, all this stuff takes a toll. It takes a toll and it has a price. I think that's why, you know what I'm saying, players get to the league and it's like, dang, it was like Seventh Woods was like crazy in high school, crazy in middle school, crazy in high school. North Carolina was like, like you still got to bounce, but like, it's just not hitting the same because there are athletes that get to high school, they get to college that have been working like that are walk-ons that have a different hunger. They didn't have all that. So now you got to play them and where it's like, yo, I'm expecting to get the whistle, expecting to get this because I've been getting in my whole, XYZ. And the coach might be like, you know what? I'm going to go in a different direction. And then your attitude, it matches the level of notoriety that you have. So it's like, because you got to carry that out. You got to carry that energy. So now you got to play that role. And once you play that role, there's only so far that it goes. And the more popular you get, if you take it from the life of Jesus, like I'm just because I gotta have Jesus in here. Jesus had from what I read today, 1 to 3 years of ministry. There was a time when he fed 4,000, and then there was a time when he fed 5,000. When you get popular, Jerusalem was, I think it was a popular city at that time. So like in Bethlehem, so it's like. Once you get to a popular place, once you get in a popular city, once you get popular, there is a life expectancy for that part of your career that is about 5 to 7 years if you're lucky. And LeBron has been doing it for almost 21 years. That's all. That's crazy when you think about it. It's like people that live in the limelight of being the best, of being the one to go to. Like, if you think about football, LaDainian Tomlinson, like, he was nasty. Like, Adrian Peterson, he was nasty. Most quarterbacks, I think Andrew Luck was wild. Like, Andrew Luck was wild. Like, he came in behind Peyton, and honestly, I was a Colts fan up until, I was like, you know what, I'm from North Carolina, so I gotta be a Panthers fan. And that's when I started like rooting for Cam, and then it didn't work out. I'm still a Panthers fan. I mean, just slowly working my way into disappointment. So for them, yeah. So that's the pod, man. Be smart. Do what you can out here and like be creative as an athlete. Be wise. You know what I'm saying? Don't chase the superstardom too quickly. Like, I know like superstardom does get you to resources and access and things of that nature. However, if you get there too quickly and you don't know how to handle yourself in it, you might MC Hammer it. Like, I don't know anybody that is actually, well, Jesus overcame it. So that's point blank period. But other than that, yeah, I mean, you got LeBron. He was in Cleveland before he went to Miami for years. So I don't know. Be wise. But all right, peace.